Hey friends, welcome to Eyezz. I'm Jarrett and today we're going to be reviewing Agnes Obel's incredible double album gatefold on vinyl record. The two albums featured are Aventine and Philharmonics. I bought this package online on Amazon for about 25 bucks, which was a complete steal because that's usually the individual price for a newer album on vinyl. The gatefold also came with two CDs, one for each album. So you can listen to these when you're in your car or if you're just away from your turntable. So I thought that was pretty kick-ass. Now, before we dive in, here's a little info about Agnes Obel. She's a singer, songwriter, and musician from Copenhagen, Denmark, who writes, plays, sings, records, and produces all her material herself. And her musical style is mostly folk, which relies heavily on classical instruments. Now, she herself plays piano and does vocals on these two albums. And it was these stunning vocals that first got my attention. Now, if you haven't seen it yet, I want you to pause this review, open a new tab, and type in Riverside, Agnes Obel, and watch the YouTube video, which has almost 17 million views as of the making of this video. And after you're done watching, and more importantly listening to that, then you'll know the incredible voice that I'm talking about. Anyways, let's take a look at the gatefold. The cover itself for Aventine is really beautiful and very kind of mysterious, you know? You want to listen to it and find out more because the album cover is so intriguing. So let's flip it over, and this is the album cover for Philharmonics, and it looks kind of like an old painting. I think that's the look that they were trying to go for. So let's go ahead and open this up. On the left here it says Aventine and then the track list, and then over here you got Philharmonics, and that one actually has 12 tracks. So let's take a look at the record for Aventine first. As you can see, the album label is white, and side A's got about 5 tracks on it, and then we flip it over and side B has 6 tracks. Okay, here's the record for Philharmonics. The label actually looks the exact same as the label on Aventine. Now that we've looked at the packaging, let's talk about the music. Philharmonics was her debut album and also the first album of hers that I came across. So let's begin with that one. When I first heard it, I was completely awestruck. I found it randomly on Spotify several months ago, and when I heard Riverside, which is the second track, I was completely hooked. I had to have more. I needed more. So then I went ahead and listened to the whole album from start to finish with a good pair of headphones, and that was a heavenly experience. My favorite songs on Philharmonics are Riverside, which is the real knockout track, Avenue, which is a sweet, cute little track full of wonder with a great melody that just kind of gets stuck inside your head, and finally Wallflower, which is my favorite out of the 3 instrumental tracks on this album. I like it because it has sort of a mysterious quality to it. It seems to balance perfectly between the light and the darkness, which is a real theme of this album. It also features a good range of instruments, and after only 2.5 minutes, it fades out, leaving us wanting more. That brings us to Aventine, her second studio album. Although it's very similar to Philharmonics, it definitely has its own voice. It builds on the same foundation and then it adds a little more. It also goes a little darker. Every track pulls you further into this darkly beautiful dream. Agnes has the ability to blend the vocals, piano, and cello together seamlessly. This album really has some depth to it, and my favorite tracks are Fuel to Fire because it's kind of the first hint that this album is going to go a little darker. Then, in my opinion, the standout track is The Curse, because just like Riverside, it makes you stop and really take notice. And finally, I liked Fivefold because it's a dark instrumental track that says so much without any lyrics at all. It's dark and brooding, and it's beautiful. I love it. Overall, I give Philharmonics 10 out of 10 and Aventine 8 out of 10. They're both amazing, and you should definitely check them both out. And if you guys enjoyed this review and want to see more, you should join the Eyezz community, give this video a thumbs up, and hit subscribe. I'm going to be coming out with a lot of great videos every Thursday and Saturday that you're not going to want to miss. Also, be sure to find me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and more. All the links are in the description below, and most importantly, friends, keep spinning that vinyl.